How about when Tom Brady goes back on the field to get Gronk his $500,000 on a quick little pass, and that entire moment being captured on the sideline? You think Tom did that because Tom cares, or you think Tom did that because his entire friendship and everything of a moral code was questioned by Antonio Brown on a Full Send Milk Boys Bobmentary podcast? AJ, was it fitting? Do you think Tom even heard all that stuff? Or do you think that was just a beautiful depiction of what Tom Brady is as a teammate, which everybody says, by the way, like top teammate they've ever had?
Absolutely. Like you hear stories about Tom from everybody. I've heard it from so many different players that have been to New England and played with them, just how Tom was over the top, like in how nice he is to everybody and his teammates and how he takes care of people. But I think all quarterbacks want to get their guys their money when you can do it like that. But I'm sure Tom heard the AB stuff. I don't think he sat down and watched the whole Nelk Boys podcast. But the thing that when AB said that, he said, "Oh, well, if I'm your boy and why is Gronkowski getting so much money and I'm on like a prove it deal?" I'm like, well, Tom doesn't do your contract, bud. Like the front office did.
Yeah, I had a lot of questions about that as well. Unless Tom was going to Greenberg and Light and saying, this is how much Gronk needs, this is how much AB should get. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Tom has that much control over it. That was fascinating. But then a couple of days later, realizing that Gronk actually had incentives in his contract as well that were pretty large in $500,000. It was like, well, he also has a earn it type deal, which I believe is what Antonio Brown described it as. And also two very different pasts between the two. And I'm not saying that you can't change and become a different person. Gronk was on the top 100 team, held in very high regards by everybody. AB differently, but AB still fucking hell of a football player.
Yeah.
Hell of a football player. And that thing was interesting. He was wide open in there, man.
Oh, yeah.
He had a moment of silence for himself, dude.
That was amazing. That was one of my favorite parts.
Yeah. So a couple of my favorite things that have ever happened. Quinnen sneezing, blessing himself.
Right.
Thank you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown, moment of silence for me. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
How do you think they felt in the room?
Well, I actually was watching. Hilarious. Menery was actually going to stand up to give the moment of silence, and by the time he got up, I think at the front of his seat, it was already over. So he didn't get a chance to really do it in full favor or whatever. But that took over the internet immediately upon me taking to the Scott of Connecticut. I was following along with so much intrigue because he was very wide open, very, very wide open in there. Had his side of it, how he felt about it. He's very confident in himself. I think all the people that were attacking him for maybe his mental health, I think he was very comfortable with everything that had happened, why he did it and everything. I mean, I don't know if it was better for him in the long run with the NFL. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I do know that he's from the pit, not the palace. Fucking run it, style it.
From the pit, not the palace.
Dude, he's out there he's doing numbers, and he knows it. He had a couple appearances this weekend. He was at Society in New Jersey, a couple other paid appearances. He's in the lab with Meek Mill and Fabulous and everybody. I mean, he's about to drop an album that's about to go fucking triple platinum, potentially. The features that are going to be on is insane, and I think he made up his mind maybe during that 3-week suspension that it was like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm going to go do my thing.
And you wonder if Drake, repays the favor of when AB was in his music video. Maybe he, brings Drake in for a song. But the Brady thing made no sense. It's like Brady's the only reason you got your shot in Tampa. He's the only real reason you got a ring now. And, if he did want to get you those incentives, he probably would have, as he showed with Gronk.
Well, and Antonio Brown said, you got one of these, and he does have one of those as one of the greatest football players of all time. That is something that can be said about him forever, and he knows it. He believes it, as he should. He was a game changer, but it did appear as if he had no idea about any of the stuff surrounding him potentially.
Yeah.
Not only currently, but just throughout his entire career, which I respect. You got to have those blinders on. You know what I mean? Got to have those blinders on.
I respected it. At times I'm jealous of people that could do that. They can just everything. There's a absolute chaos and tornadoes swirling around their whole life, and they're oblivious to it. I'm like, man, that would be amazing to not worry about any of that.
Just be able to go to bed at night like, yep.
I'm the best.
I'm from the pit, not the palace.
Run it. Style it.
I mean, think about it. If you could have a moment of silence for yourself and everybody complies and they're all in, like, that's amazing. We need to try to do that. Like, if you go on another show, please get yourself a moment of silence.
I don't want to take his thing. I don't want to take his thing.
No, it would be honoring his thing. Like, you would mention it. Hey, just like AB, like my boy. let's take a moment of silence for myself.
So you're saying like when we do the wide, we're honoring Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
So if I was to go do another show or an interview, by the way, since we're here, I would like to have a moment of silence for me, please. Shut it. Thank you. Okay, let's go on with the conversation.
Yeah.
He planned that, right? I think he might be Kris Jenner Kardashian level schemer.
Yeah, he told Ava Longoria the night before that he was going to do it.
Well, I don't think that was her name at all, but he's talking about the toilet licking thought, Ava Louise.
Have a little respect for Eva Longoria. Jesus Christ.
Eva Longoria?
Yeah, used to be married to Tony Parker.
I thought she was a
Housewives.
baseball player.
Oh, yeah.
Evan
Come on.
Longoria.
You're
great
right there.
third baseman.
Yeah, you're right.
You know.
I'm a big baseball guy.
You know.
Yeah.
All right, what's that?
They're locked out right now. I'm sure you're struggling, aren't you?
Well, me and Jet Passon talked about it. Who cares? That's kind of what I came around to. But, deadlines make deals.